How to learn English without even trying. Just listen to this story. If you're learning English and want to improve your skills in a fun, easy way, you're in the right place. Stories help you learn grammar and vocabulary without studying boring textbooks. Just hit play, relax, and let your brain do the work. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the like button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our new English learning stories. These stories are not just fun, they help you speak English naturally and confidently. It was a bright and warm afternoon. The city was alive. Cars were honking, people were rushing, and the smell of roasted peanuts and hot dogs floated in the air. A man stood on the sidewalk, holding a coffee in one hand and his phone in the other. His shirt was neatly tucked in, his shoes were clean, and his face looked serious but hopeful. He was clearly going somewhere important. He checked his phone again. A car icon blinked on the screen. The taxi was close. He looked left, then right, then saw it, a yellow car with a small dent in the side, slowing down just in front of him. He stepped forward quickly, opened the back door, got in, and closed it behind him with a little sigh. He didn't say a word, and neither did the driver. The man sat back, took a deep breath, and enjoyed the cold air blowing from the vents. The meeting was just across the city. One ride. One simple ride. But something felt strange. The car took a left turn. Then another left. And then a sharp right. Not the usual way. He looked out the window. Strange signs. Shops he didn't recognize. A tall building painted bright pink. Definitely not familiar. He leaned forward slightly, checking the driver. Calm. Focused. Driving like everything was perfectly normal. The man blinked slowly. Maybe it was a shortcut. Maybe the driver knew a better way. He looked at his phone. No notifications. No updates. Still on schedule. But then the road changed. They crossed a narrow bridge. A river below. Ducks swimming. People jogging. Then a roundabout. Then a long street lined with palm trees. Wait, palm trees. In this part of the city, the man's eyebrows rose. This didn't feel like a shortcut anymore. Suddenly, the car stopped. Right in front of a tall, shiny building with golden windows and a big black sign that read, Crystal Event Center. A red carpet stretched out on the sidewalk. A small crowd had gathered. Cameras clicked. Someone famous was arriving. The driver turned off the engine. The man sat still. The driver looked at him in the rearview mirror. Just looked. Outside, a woman in a long green dress walked toward the taxi. She smiled, but not at him. She looked at the car, not the person inside. The man's eyes widened. This wasn't his stop. This wasn't his taxi. This wasn't his life. He opened the door quickly, nodded politely at the woman, who now looked extremely confused, and stepped out. He walked away without turning back, trying to look casual, like someone who just likes to walk away from limos. Behind him, the woman opened the door and got in. The driver didn't react. Just turned on the engine again. Now, the man was on the sidewalk once more. Still holding his coffee. Still confused. He walked. Slowly. Down the street, he saw another taxi parked near a cafe. The driver was standing beside the car, drinking a soda. No one else was around. The man walked over, pointed at the taxi. The driver nodded. He got in. Second chance. This time, the ride started smoothly. The car was clean. The seatbelt worked. The radio played soft music. The air was fresh, not too cold, not too warm. But after 5 minutes, the driver turned into a small gas station. He parked, got out, locked the doors, and walked away. The man blinked, tried the handle, locked. He watched the driver go inside the store, grab a bottle of water, then disappear into the restroom area. Time passed. He waited, and waited. 10 minutes. Then 15. Still no driver. He looked out the window. Saw a dog with 3 legs sniffing around the gas station. A kid dropped an ice cream. A man yelled into his phone. But no driver. Enough. He unlocked the door manually, stepped out, stretched his legs, and left the taxi behind. He walked again. This time, faster. His coffee was gone now. Just an empty cup in his hand. Around the next corner, a new car stopped right in front of him. The back door opened automatically. The driver didn't look back. Just waited. The man checked the license plate. Didn't match his app. Still, he got in. The door closed by itself. The car moved. Smooth. Silent. For a while, it felt fine. Then, the speed increased. The city streets blurred. The man tried to hold onto the handle above the window. The car jumped over a bump. Then another. Then turned a sharp corner without slowing down. The man bounced in his seat. No seatbelt again. The driver didn't speak. Didn't even glance back. They passed red lights. Horns blared. A cat ran across the street. The man covered his eyes. Then, a sudden stop. The car screeched in front of a metal gate. A man in uniform stepped out of a small office nearby. He walked to the car, looked inside. The gate opened. The car drove in. The man now saw large buildings, fences, dogs barking, people in uniforms running drills. Was this a military base? The car parked. 2 men approached the back door. The man didn't wait. He slid across the seat, pushed the door on the other side, jumped out, and ran. Fast. He didn't stop until he reached a public park. He sat on a bench, breathless, hands shaking. Enough taxis for today. Birds flew overhead. Children played with kites. A couple walked by, laughing. He checked his phone. 10 missed calls. 3 messages. Meeting cancelled. We'll reschedule, one said. He looked up. The sun was lower now. Shadows grew longer. A soft breeze passed through the trees. The man stood up. He walked toward the bus stop. Sat on the bench. Waited. A bus arrived. He got in. No rush. No confusion. The bus was full, but calm. He held the pole, found a spot near the window, and stood quietly. At the next stop, 3 men got on. Clowns. Actual clowns. Red noses. Big shoes. Colorful hats. One carried a box. Another held a tiny trumpet. The third balanced on 1 foot. They didn't speak. They just nodded at passengers. The man looked away. But he smiled. It was a strange day. And now it was ending with clowns on a bus. Fitting. Do you know how much English you learned from this story? You just listened to a simple but powerful full English story. And guess what? You didn't even feel like you were studying. Here's what you learned, without even realizing. Useful past tense sentences. He stepped out, he walked fast. The driver turned left, he sat down. Practical phrasal verbs. Get in, get out, sit down, turn off, walk away, run out. Real-life descriptive expressions. Shadows grew longer, hands shaking, air blowing from the vents. A small crowd had gathered. Natural storytelling rhythm, helping you feel and follow what's happening, just like in real conversations. This is how your brain learns English without stress. This is the power of stories. Now it's your turn. Leave a comment and tell us. Have you ever had a strange taxi ride? What was your favorite moment in the story? Leave 3 comments and include your Telegram ID, and we'll send you our VIP English Guide PDF, a secret tool for faster learning. Also, don't forget to join our Telegram group to find English-speaking partners. The link is in the description. Let's learn English together, the fun way. Remember, every day, we upload new educational videos and stories to keep your learning journey fun and engaging. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join us on this adventure toward mastering English. See you tomorrow.